Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody's doing good today. It's Thursday, March 20th. Currently it's 49 degrees. High today is going to be 58. Chance of rain, 54%. Actually, Joy said something about them calling for snow, but that's not cold enough to snow. So I don't know, maybe it was for another time she was talking about, or, in the future. Winds at 9 miles per hour right now. There will be a Kitty's Corner today. She found some hilarious jokes, so she wanted to tell everybody the jokes. So check that out. It's always funny. What's for dinner? I got the stuff to make a chicken pot pie, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that because the crust, it's a refrigerated crust, and I don't want it to get like dry or anything like that before I use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that tonight. That's the plan anyway, and that's always good. Okay, and if you'd like to try the recipe for my chicken pot pie, I have it in my cooking playlist, in the second cooking playlist, which would be the first one you would come to when you're scrolling down. So if you want to check it out, I did a video making one. They're not that hard to make, really, and they're just delicious. I mean, there's no comparison to like a frozen pot pie in those. Okay, other than that, not much going on really. We're kind of in save mode. We've got plenty of groceries. We don't really need anything. Really wouldn't have bought some of the things we did unless I'd found such a great deal, on them. So if something's free, you're definitely going to get it, So did pretty good on that last haul at Kroger. Okay. They didn't send me a joke of the day today. They're getting kind of sporadic about, not sending them. I don't know what's going on with that. So I just found a couple jokes here, and this one says, what lights up a soccer stadium? A soccer match. Okay, why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. And okay, what's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One requires treatment and the other an ointment. Okay, let's see, does it get any better? Okay, if athletes get athlete's foot, what do elves get? Mistletoes. After a crime, a detective noted that he thought it was foul play. The other detective said, you mean he was playing with birds? What's brown and sticky? A stick. Okay, that's about enough of those. Now I'm going to have to go find one. I have to get off this site and go to another, so I'm just going to pause it for a second. Okay, we'll see what this one's like. Ornithophobia is a fear of which creatures? Insects, reptiles, birds, spiders. We've had similar questions, and I can never remember these for some reason. They all kind of sound the same. I'm going to go with insects. Insects. No, it's birds. Birds. When someone has a specific phobia, they're fearful of something that isn't likely to harm them. People who have ornithophobia have an extreme fear of birds. That'd be awful, too. Who was banned from opening a box in Greek mythology? Oedipus, 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 Pandora, Zeus, Apollo. Well, I guess, probably everybody's heard the expression, oh, they're opening Pandora's box. So that's what makes me think that that's the answer. Come on, why is it doing, it's not sticking. Okay, that's right. Pandora's box is an artifact in Greek mythology connected to the myth of Pandora in Hesiod's 700 BC poem Works and Days. Curiosity led her to open a container left in the care of her husband, thus releasing curses on mankind. Well. And what metal is responsible for Mars' distinctive red color? Lithium, iron, osmium, gallium. Well, I mean iron rust, so that's probably what I'm going for. Right. The simple explanation for the red planet's color is that its regolith, or surface material, contains lots of iron oxide. Okay. And what was the name of President John Kennedy's mother? Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, Ruby Fitzgerald Kennedy, Alice Fitzgerald Kennedy, Emma Fitzgerald Kennedy. Okay. I've heard of Rose Kennedy, so I'm going to go with that. That's right. Well, I don't need to explain that, really. It's just that was his mom's name. Which of these words refer to the earthy smell after rain? Pluviophile, petrichor, monsoon, clinomania. I've heard of a monsoon, but why would they call that the smell after a rain? A monsoon, is like a storm. So that's why I don't think it's, I don't know. I'll go with the second one, petrichor. Hey, that's right, I guess. That's right. Petrichor. Petrichor is the earthy scent produced when rain falls on dry soil. The word is constructed from ancient Greek petra, rock, or petros, stone. It just keeps going on and on. Okay. What was the last Disney film that Walt Disney worked on? Pinocchio, Cinderella, The Jungle Book, The Sword and the Stone. And I'm trying to think how far did some of these go back. Sword and Stone. My guess would be Cinderella. No, it's The Jungle Book. I didn't know. I couldn't remember how far back the first one was. So it must have been further back than I thought. Let's see what it says. The Jungle Book is famously known as the last full movie that Walt worked on. The film previously released to it, The Sword and the Stone, had not done so well. Walt wanted to make sure that The Jungle Book was done right and had a sense of magic to do it. They didn't say anything about dates. Okay. I got 4 right and 2 wrong. The Statue of Liberty was almost given to what country? Spain, Egypt, Italy, Sweden. Wow, I don't know this. I'd never heard this before, so I'm learning something for sure here. If they didn't give it to us, I think maybe they would give it to Italy. No, it's Egypt. Okay, that's a little surprise. I didn't think of that. I mean, I thought of it, but I didn't think it would be that. The world's most recognized symbol of freedom and the American dream was originally intended for Egypt, which ultimately rejected it for being too old-fashioned. What? Talking about old-fashioned, they got pyramids and stuff everywhere. Okay, fine. Okay, if you don't want it, we'll give it to America. Oh, okay. Which U.S. national park was named after a type of cactus? Zion National Park, Mesa Verde National Park, Arches National Park, Saguaro National Park. Type of cactus. I'm going to go with that Saguaro. And that's it. I don't know why I just thought it sounded like it might be right. I didn't really know. Saguaro National Park is an American national park in Pima County, southeastern Arizona. The 92,000-acre park consists of two separate areas. The Tuscan Mountain District, about 10 miles west of the city of Tucson, and the Rincon Mountain District, about 10 miles east of the city, that preserves Sonoran desert landscapes, fauna, and flora, including the saguaro cactus. So that was kind of interesting. So, what can be cirrus, altocumulus, and stratus? Sea levels, rain, tornadoes, clouds. Okay, I've heard some of these. I don't know about really too much at school, but like on TV shows or movies and stuff, like Twister or something like that. So I'm going to say it's clouds. Yes. High clouds can either be plain cirrus, or we can add the prefix cirro to a suffix that describes their appearance. Cirrostratus for high altitude layer clouds. Okay, it just keeps going on. Excuse me. Which of these U.S. landmarks has a time capsule hidden inside of it? The Statue of Liberty, Golden Gate Bridge, the Washington Monument, Gateway Arch. I'm really not for sure about this, but I wanted to say I thought maybe Gateway Arch. Maybe I'd heard something about that at one time. Yes. Okay. The Gateway Arch is a 630-foot tall monument in St. Louis, Missouri, United States, clad in stainless steel and built in the form of a weighted catenary arch. It's the world's tallest arch and Missouri's tallest accessible building. The chairman of the ceremony anticipated the ceremony to be held on October 30th, Saturday, to allow 1,500 school children whose signatures were to be placed in a time capsule to attend. The time capsule, containing the signatures of 762,000 students and others, was welded into the keystone before the final piece was set in place. Wow. I thought when they said a time capsule, you put different stuff in there, or whatever, different things, key to the city or something. But I wonder if those will stay, if they'll deteriorate in there, though. Okay, I got 7 right today and 3 wrong. I enjoyed these. Didn't have to jump around it, to other ones. Learned some stuff, and some of them I just got lucky. So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed today's Trivia Time Morning Coffee Break. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button right there. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Definitely check out Kitty's Corner today. She's just hilarious. Bye, everybody, and God bless.